Now on the morning of the 17th, this is the day of the battle, they came down from behind the sandhills into the valley towards the Muslims. The pagans are coming. Remember, there was a hill that separated them? They started appearing from behind the hill. When Muslims saw their sheer size, 1,000 men, and they were only 300, they got scared. And they turned to Allah. They started supplicating to Allah. Al-Imam Abu Jahl al-Baqir alayhi salam, he captures the dua of the Prophet. He says, لما نظر النبي صلى الله عليه وآله إلى كثرة المشركين وقلة المسلمين. When the Prophet saw the big size of the pagans and the small size of the Muslims, استقبل القبلة وقال, he turned to the Qibla and he says, اللهم أنجز لي ما وعدتني. اللهم إن تهلك هذه العصابة لا تعبد في الأرض. He says, oh Allah, fulfill what you've promised for me, that you will make Islam victorious. Oh Allah, if these Muslims die, you won't be worshipped on earth anymore. Who's going to be a believer? These are the only believers on earth. اللهم هذه قريش قد أقبلت بخيلائها وفخرها. Oh Allah, this is Quraysh. They've come with their arrogance and pride. They have come to attack your messenger. اللهم فنصرك الذي وعدتني به. اللهم أحنهم الغداة. Oh Allah, give us your victory that you promised me. Then the Prophet mobilized his army. He prepared them. He told them, lower your gaze. SubhanAllah, look at the tactics that the Prophet used in battle. He told them, غُضُّوا أَبْصَارَكُمْ. Lower your gaze. Don't look at the horizon, at the army. Don't start the battle. Just wait like that. And don't say a word. Sheer silence. The Prophet is telling the Muslims to do this. Now, a few of the pagans, they came down to the pools controlled by the Muslims to get some water. Remember, the Muslims had some pools of water? Some pagans came to those pools to get some water. The Muslims tried to block them. No, we're not giving you the water. The Prophet ﷺ said, no, give them access to water. They're like, what do you mean? We're fighting them. The war is about to break out. The Prophet says, no. You have to give them access to water. And subhanAllah, you see Imam Ali alayhi salam at Siffin doing the same thing. He gave water to the army of Muawiyah. You see Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala, he gave water to the army of Al-Hur under the banner of Ibn Ziyad's army. This is the path of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them. They would never deny anyone water. Now, when Abu Jahl came down, he didn't know how many the Muslims were. He looked at them, 313. You know what he said? مَا هُمْ إِلَّا أَكْلَةْ رَأْسٍ. These are the Muslims, 313. They're like a bite that you can eat. They're nothing. لو بعثنا إليهم عبيدنا لأخذوهم أخذا باليد. We don't have to fight them. Our slaves, they can come and finish off the war. He really belittled the Muslims. قال عتبة ibn Rabi'a أترى لهم كمينا ومددا. Utbah said, wait a minute, maybe they have backup. Maybe there's more Muslims on some other side. Maybe they're reinforced with more soldiers. So basically they sent Amr ibn Wahb al-Jamhi. They told him, Amr, go and scan the area and let us know if there's more backup. Are they just the 300 or more? So Amr, he goes, and he was a warrior, a very courageous horseman. He looked around, he saw them, and he came back to Quraysh. He told them, I estimate their numbers to be around 300. I did not see any reinforcement. I looked, I scanned the whole place of Badr. That's it, they're just 300. There's nobody else on the northern edge that is serving as reinforcement. Because remember, sometimes that was a war tactic. You put 300 in the front line. Once you exhaust the army, then you send another 300 by surprise. He's like, no, I don't see any of that. But then Amr ibn Wahb, he's like, look, it's true that there are only 300. But let me tell you something. He says, he says, ولكني قد رأيت يا معشر قريش البلايا تحمل المنايا. Quraysh, let me warn you, the faces I see, they're so determined to fight, I can see death all over the place. Think twice about this battle. And then he gives the Muslims an interesting description. He says, أَمَا تَرَوْنَهُمْ خُرْصٌ لَا يَتَكَلَّمُونَ. He says, they're not even talking. They're standing there without saying a word. يَتَلَمَّضُونَ تَلَمُّضَ الْأَفَاعِ. He gives a beautiful description. He says, have you seen a snake when it wants to attack? It takes out its tongue. It rattles its tongue. He's like, I see them like snakes about to fight us. Now, he didn't say this negatively. He meant to say, the scene is scary. Don't underestimate them. And then he says, look, the way I see it, each one of those men, the 300, at least they'll kill one of us. So if each one of them kills only one of us, how many of us will they kill? 300. He's like, it's not worth it. لا خير في العيش. He says, we, with all of our warriors, 300, 1/3 of us die. You want to go back to Mecca happy and celebrate? It's going to be a funeral if 300 Meccans die. Remember, the Meccans, they did not like to go to war and have 300 people get killed. He's like, I advise against this. Don't go into this battle. Now, Hukaym ibn Huzam, when he heard this, he's like, you know what? That's right. So he went in the battlefield and he said, oh people, leave. Let's go back to Mecca. Let's not fight. Utbah ibn Rabi'ah, he says, I agree. Let's not fight. Why are we fighting here for? And remember, Muhammad is not starting the war. And the Prophet made it clear that he's not going to start the war. And Abu Sufyan had already told them the caravan made it safely. Why fight? But Allahu Akbar, this Abu Jahl, this evil, arrogant, stubborn man, he refused. You know what he did, Abu Jahl? Abu Jahl rebuked Utbah and he kept mobilizing people to fight. At that point, the Prophet ﷺ sends them word to make it very clear, beyond any doubt. He told them, oh, people of Quraysh, nothing is more detestable to me than to start the fight. I'm not here to start the fight. Then the Prophet gives them an amazing word of advice. Amazing word of advice. What does he say? He told them, look, Quraysh, let's not fight each other. If I am given victory over the Arabian Peninsula, I'm one of you. I'm a Meccan. My roots are in Mecca, so be happy. One of your guys is having power. The Prophet is basically telling them, look, be part of this, which they later did, year 8 finally. Be part of this and you'll be strong. This is something you could be proud of. And if I'm a liar, let the other Arabs take care of me. Let other Arab tribes, if they see me as a liar, they'll come and they'll fight me and kill me. Don't fight me. It's not in your interest to fight me. If I'm really the messenger of God, you don't want to fight me. In fact, that's an honor for you guys, if Allah gives His messenger a victory. And if I'm a liar, why do you put yourself in this situation? You know, hundreds of your men are going to die. No, don't put yourself in that situation. Let other Arabs fight me. Utbah, he's like, you know what? This is golden advice. He goes out in the battlefield, he tells them, go back. Let's go back to Mecca. The Prophet ﷺ, he heard the speech of Utbah. He says, I swear by God, if there's one man here who's saying wisdom, it's Utbah. And he's giving them the best advice anyone could give. If they want success, these Meccans, they should listen to Utbah. But Abu Jahl, this jerk, he couldn't handle just leaving. It was because of his ego. You know what he said? He's like, if we go to Mecca now, Utbah's going to get all the credit. Everyone will say, yeah, Utbah saved the day. He mobilized the army to go back. He's like, no, I'm not going to let that happen. So you know what he did? This Abu Jahl, he stood for his name. Basically, he did two things. Yes, he stood for his name, exactly. Now, he did two things. He told him, by the way, Utbah had a son by the name of Hudhayfa. He was with the Muslims. He had converted to Islam and he was fighting on the Muslim side. Utbah, this pagan leader, his son was with the Muslims. Abu Jahl, you know what he says? He says, Utbah, I know why you don't want to fight. Because your son is on the other side and you don't want your son to get killed. Number one. Number two, Utbah, you're Jaban. You're a coward. Don't say to an Arab man in the battlefield, coward. He'll go crazy and do what you want him to do. He's like, I'm a coward. You know what he does? He comes down, he grabs Abu Jahl by his hair, he pulls him, and he strikes the horse of Abu Jahl, such that the people in the Meccan army, they thought he's going to kill Abu Jahl. He's like, I'm the coward? I'll show you who's the coward. So, Utbah, he gets infuriated and he wanted to demonstrate that he was not a coward. He puts in armor and he says, okay, let's go and fight. See how Abu Jahl, he led them to this fate? And he even himself, he got killed in this battle. So, unfortunately, this is what happened at the Battle of Badr. He mobilized the army and they came to confront the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.